Welcome into the Tri-Oval office. I'm Cayden, that's Grant, and we are ready to get wild in Talladega, Alabama this weekend. Super predictable race, like you mentioned in the green room. Grant, how are you doing this weekend?
Feeling good. Just watching a little bit of the NFL draft here. The New York Jets are about to pick as we're speaking right now, so we both just turned a little bit of a side eye to the screen. I know, but yeah, feeling good.
I am so ready. Just
You're not paying any attention. They picked Sadiq.
okay. So I was not watching the draft. Cool, Sadiq. Cool. Trying to get the Fast Live IO to Talladega.
There you go.
But yeah, I'm excited to see what the stage links do, if they do anything for the racing product here at Talladega. But I think it should be an interesting race. I think we'll get an exciting winner. I think we're going to get the first real surprise winner of the year here.
Interesting. Yeah, I think I think it won't really matter much until the final stage, but I think the final stage is going to be pretty exciting.
I mean, I would be shocked if they are able to qualify. Looking at the forecast for Saturday, I'm going to be shocked if they get the O'Reilly series in. Yeah. So just do what you can. No light to Talladega. Very long track. So, I mean, I guess the good news is right now there are no showers planned for Sunday. But we both know, being in the Birmingham area for 4 years, that could very, very quickly change.
Yeah, that can change at a heartbeat. So I'm hoping that there's no rain because, like you said, no lights. And I've been there when it rains and has to get postponed, and it's annoying and it sucks. So,
in Talladega, I mean, if any facility, you got to walk a while. It is a trek to get anywhere at Talladega. So,
yeah.
But let's do a few of the news stories coming out this week. So, Kyle Busch, for his boomer self, I guess you could say. He's not really a boomer, but he decides to go on a podcast, and of course it's with Sean Hannity, because that's where you reach the biggest audience. And
for his age, probably.
Yeah, for his age. Unveiled his hate list of Cup drivers. I don't know.
I missed this. I haven't seen this.
I have skimmed through some of this.
Is it current and former?
It's all current. So these are the 4 guys on Kyle Busch's wanted list, as he described it. His most hated. Would you like to take a guess at the 4?
I promise you, I haven't seen this at all. I didn't even know this was a thing.
So you are
Riley Herbst.
No.
What?
So
Denny Hamlin?
Denny Hamlin is on the list now, which is the most biased thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, that makes sense.
2 of these are historical-ish, like beefs.
Logano?
Yep. And that was really bad what I just did there. Anyways.
Historical?
Yeah, who was Logano's teammate forever?
Brad?
Yep.
Okay. And I'm missing one?
Carson Hocevar.
Oh, duh. Yeah, I would have gotten that eventually.
Because Hocevar pushed him to the win at Atlanta.
Yeah, because if he didn't, he would have shot him in the face, probably. Because I know. That was at the peak of the tensions boiling. So it's Brad K. Some of those, does he really hate Brad and, Joey right now? What? Why?
I think that's more of a historic thing. They've, obviously, both of those beefs are well chronicled.
Yeah, but now it's just weird because they suck. Or the sucks.
To be fair, he's not beefing with anyone in the same tier as him. He would have to get lapped in order to actually retaliate.
Yeah, until this week.
Any of these guys.
Until this week.
So that was a thing I saw interesting, and then I'm going to have to find it while we talk about the other big news from this week, which was NASCAR senior VP just going out and shooting himself in the foot on live television, radio. I think it was radio where this was. John Probst, and here we go. I'm going to give you the quote. I'm sure you've seen at least a bit of this, even being chronically offline. So, John Probst, NASCAR vice president. Long term, you see it as it is. We have that CUV body that we developed for our electric vehicle. I'm not sitting here saying today we're breaking news it's going to CUV, but these are the things that are on the roadmap to consider. So you'd have a truck, a CUV, and a Cup. That's three very different bodies that are relevant for OEMs today to create that brand identity for each series. Talking about turning the O'Reilly Auto Parts series, which is consistently probably the best racing product that NASCAR has of the top three series, and which is doing really well in the ratings right now. It's increasing basically 20% year over year every single week on the CW. Turning that into an electric, basically hatchback crossover kind of series as NASCAR's secondary series. And as you can expect, the reactions were very measured and not violent or threatening at all. Yep. Everyone agreed with that. Dale Earnhardt Jr. said that he loves the idea and wishes that they implemented it during his time racing.
I'm sure that's exactly what he said.
Yeah, he actually said that it's not something he's interested in. He doesn't think Junior Motorsports will be interested in it either. So if they actually do that, they would pull out. So I can guarantee you now, NASCAR will not be doing that to the O'Reilly series.
That is so. Who thinks that's a good idea? That is so stupid.
I can understand having an electric series, not replacing an actual series, but just creating another series that's electric.
No,
more road racing kind of. Make it your road racing car that tours with the Cup Series at most tracks that we actually turn right at. Like that.
I'll agree under one circumstance. You have to call it Formula Gay. That's if you do that, I'm in.
Honestly,
then see who wants to run it.
Honestly, it's not the farthest thing. I mean, that's what NASCAR wants to be. So
that's my only stipulation. That is so stupid. I think an electric series would be kind of dumb.
Like, my argument with it is NASCAR knows, and everyone knows, that the entire car industry is going in the direction of electric, at least
not anymore.
Not anymore.
Every manufacturer has discontinued their electric programs because they didn't sell crap. So no one wants it.
But that is at least a possible direction that they could go in. If trends do reverse or whatever, they do need to do something electric. I would never support electric engines or hybrid or anything in the Cup Series. However, if they want to do any sort of electric thing, it should not replace one of the three existing series. They should make a series dedicated solely to the electric vehicle.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that'd be fine if they didn't replace O'Reilly. But, like, seriously, like, everyone came out super highly touted. The Ford Lightning is the electric F-150. Canned the program. Rivian had a huge thing with their trucks, and they signed a massive deal with Amazon. Stock tanked. The Dodge came out, and they said they weren't manufacturing anything with V8s anymore. Nothing with V8s, and they were going strictly to the electric Challenger. Canned the program. They added 78 horsepower to the TRX.
Exactly.
Supercharged V8. It's going the other way now.
But we do have to understand that these things are cyclical. I mean, in 4 years, 8 years, whatever. I mean,
I think the same people that are watching it right now are not going to be like in 4 years, I'm not going to be like, you know what? Electric. It came around on me. You know? The consumer is not, I don't think the consumer base will be there.
We'll see. I mean, it's going down in America.
I'm very stunned. That is like it really being a car guy, like outside of like the NASCAR scene, like that really just irks me if you can't tell.
Oh yeah, no, I'm letting
it really irks me.
I'm just constantly trying to find a new way to poke the bear real quick to just keep it going.
No, That's okay. You can play devil's advocate. I feel very strongly about that.
But
It's
I will
because they
say,
tried to take away my Ram TRX that I so desperately want to buy one day.
I will say, the electric Corvette kind of rules.
You can have that. I will take the ZR1X.
That's true. I was gonna say, to be fair, a Corvette in most cases kind of rules. So
Yeah, I'll take the 1,264 horsepower from the factory supercharged V8.
but just give me, if we're going to go electric, let's just agree this. Just do a new series. Don't touch O'Reilly.
Honestly, don't even call it NASCAR. Just call it like IMSA Junior.
Just make a new go turn Arca into
That would
electric.
be fine. I wouldn't even care if they turned ARCA into that because who the crap watches ARCA? No offense to Cletus.
I mean, I do. This brings up a whole other point, though. Is John Probst was talking about how the O'Reilly series, but really just the three brands in general. The truck series has a brand, which I'll be honest, I don't think it really does, other than, oh, it's a truck. That's kind of unique. The Cup series, I don't think right now has a big brand. Besides, it's the Cup series. It's supposed to be the elite of the elite, but I don't really think that it's. When I think of NASCAR, I do think of the Cup series, but it's not really its own thing. And then the O'Reilly series doesn't have a brand as much, but I don't think that any of them really do. So it kind of comes back to, if NASCAR wants to brand or have all three series with a distinctive brand, then they need to make more requirements for who races in each series. Because it used to be the Craftsman Truck Series for guys who couldn't quite cut it at the cup level. But man, they'd put on an entertaining show and they would wreck each other on Friday night. That was basically the Cup series or the Truck Series. The O'Reilly Series was where everyone who was young and wanting to get to Cup was driving. That was where you see all the 18 to 24-year-olds. And then the Cup Series was just the best of the best, regardless of age. And I don't think that's true anymore because I think pay drivers, for one, have really kind of messed with that branding. And two, I mean, Ford has one entry in the O'Reilly series. So they're forced to develop all their young drivers through trucks, which is not really what trucks was initially meant to do.
Yeah. Can't argue with that. I didn't realize they were down to one. I thought they had like three.
They had two at the beginning of the year. So, and one has been called out from under them.
That's not ideal. But
so,
yeah, I think if they're going to add a series, they better get their ducks in a row elsewhere first.
Just an interesting tidbit. This is not necessarily a NASCAR thing, but IMSA, there's been a lot of rumors in the last several years about Honda wanting to pull out of IndyCar because of how expensive it is, which has led to them being like, well, we still want to expend that motorsports money somewhere in America, which basically says we would like to go racing in NASCAR because it's the only motorsport, maybe IMSA to an extent, has the same pool as IndyCar. I mean, I looked at a poll today that actually IMSA has now overtaken NASCAR in how many YouTube subscribers, which is a little bit different because you can watch most IMSA races on YouTube. So it's a little bit of a different story, but that was an interesting thing.
NASCAR didn't they stream, like Fox was streaming races?
They would stream like the first 10 laps or something like that on the NASCAR channel.
That's pretty stupid. They should just stream the whole race.
But Acura, which if I believe correctly, Honda owns.
Yes, Honda is Acura.
Yes. So Acura is just the luxury brand. It's like the GMC to Chevy. Acura announces today it will pause its IMSA program following the 2026 season, and Marcus Armstrong will have Acura branding for his Indy 500 car as the brand increases presence in IndyCar. So I almost wonder if that's kind of a setup for, we've speculated several times in the past that Honda is coming to NASCAR.
Yeah.
It would make sense brand wise that if they were going to stay in IndyCar, they make that Acura, and
Yeah.
Honda is your NASCAR brand, if that's the route they want to do it. Since IndyCar is so luxurious compared to stock car racing.
I don't know. I just am looking it up right now. The front end of I really like the look of the Acura. What is it? The Integra Type S. Have
I
you
think
seen
so.
that?
I've seen that in next gen renders. Oh, it's nice.
That's pretty.
Don't ask them to push, but
Yeah, it's a little pointy for that. They'd have to figure something out there. They should do it with the NSX. That would be sick.
but that was less news and more just kind
Yeah.
of. I saw that and thought it was kind of interesting.
Yeah.
So let's move on to the actual title of the video as we move to Talladega Super Speedway in Talladega, Alabama. A very wet Talladega on Saturday night, but hopefully dry for Sunday. The most unpredictable track on the schedule, where, fun fact, every single driver who has made a start here, or is a full-time driver who has made a start here, has led at least one lap in the next gen era.
That's
So
crazy.
basically everyone but Connor Zilic has led a lap here.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Is there a chance that changes? Probably not. Well, probably.
Maybe. I mean, he was up front at Daytona before he wrecked.
Yeah, he was.
So I think there's a possibility
Yeah.
that he gets up there. The problem will be there's very unlikely to be qualifying. There's no practice this weekend. So Connor's first time in a cup car at Talladega will probably be starting 35th in the middle of the pack. Good luck, buddy.
Good luck. Have fun. See you later.
But where would you like to start as we talk about Talladega?
If we don't get qualifying, we need to look at the points. Like Kyle Busch is in a world of hurt if this happens. And he is, if I'm not mistaken, in the top 10 of betting odds to win the race.
We will also find that out.
And he will start 27th, and I've got him here at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12th on DraftKings, 12th best odds outright to win it.
If Kyle Busch wins,
better odds than Chris Buescher, Chase Briscoe, Ryan Preece.
Yeah, no way.
All right behind him, tied at 2,200.
That's just what the Eagles needed.
Mackay Lemon, yeah, it's a pretty decent pick. Well, since they are forced to not be able to trade A.J. Brown until June.
Yeah, but I'm looking here. If so, it's determined by the performance metrics base lineup, which basically is a combination of starting about of your points this year plus where you finished in the last race. As I had a stroke there for a second. So either way, Kyle Busch not going to start well. We'll say that if qualifying is rained out.
It's funny because we look at these. I'm looking at the Fast Lap IO stuff real quick, and you always see like 3 to 4 guys in the hundreds with driver ratings and stuff like that. The highest driver rating is 87, Logano.
And they're bunched up together. It's
87, 86, 84, 84, 83, 83, 82, 82, or 82, 80, 79. That's crazy.
So,
but it doesn't matter because any of these guys could win it. So it's almost irrelevant to look at that stuff here.
It is. You just run it who is typically around at the end of these things.
Yeah.
It's very vibes coded. Like you just go off of who you think runs well here
Yeah.
and at other drafting tracks, who consistently is around at the end, because eventually that luck should hopefully go in their favor.
Yeah. Who is that for you?
I have two names in mind.
I've got one name in mind.
We might have the same name in mind.
Cole Custer.
No. But who do you want to talk about here? Because, like I said, we could literally talk about anybody this week. It's a very different type of show for us.
Well, I'll lead with a stat that I saw and found very interesting, and this may be leading into the same guy that you have, or one of your guys, Brad Keselowski. You didn't react, so that must not have been one of your
He
guys.
might be my pick. Yes,
he is the only of the 4 drivers to have at least 3 top 5s at super speedways, just Daytona, Talladega, not including Atlanta, I think, in the next gen, and not win. I think Reddick, Byron, and Logano all are the other 3, and they all have at least 1 win. Brad has the same amount of top 5s as, I think,
I was going to say they each have
Reddick.
more than 1 win. Reddick has 2. Logano has multiple. Byron,
I think it's 2. It's like 2, 4, and something else, and then there's Brad with 3 top 5s. Maybe it's just a Talladega. It's like 3 top 5s or something like that, but he's the only one without a win. So it's like he's there at the end. I don't know, just gut and vibes. I'm feeling good. He's off to a great start this year. He's running well. I don't know. That's off rip. That was my immediate, like, when you're talking about vibes, my first vibe was like, yeah, this feels like a Brad K win.
I have like 6 different names rattling around in my head.
Yeah.
I do keep coming back to, like, I want to make a fun pick this week. I might make the least fun pick of who's going to win here. But I think, once again, this is going to be a Toyota and Ford show. And looking at the odds on FanDuel, the 3 Penske boys are the 3 favorites. Logano, Blaney, and Cindric in that order. Which I don't know if they've even been the best Ford team. At Atlanta, they were really nowhere to be found. I thought RFK mostly outran them at Daytona. So it's kind of an interesting thing. I understand why they're that high, but Penske has not shown the dominance we're used to seeing from them.
They looked pretty soft at Daytona.
And Atlanta, I mean, they got together for about 3 laps and then got separated and never figured their way back up to the front, which is very unlike Penske at a drafting track.
100%. And which odds were you looking at that had them in the 3?
FanDuel.
Okay, yeah. DraftKings has Reddick 1, Blaney 2, Logano 3, Hamlin 4, Cindric 5.
See, right now I was looking at FanDuel, and my odds, I was looking at a lot of disparities that I was just thinking of. So,
is that the bus?
Yeah, we got Jerome Bettis out there.
Yeah, I forgot this is in.
Yeah, they played Renegade just then, I have to assume.
I don't know. It's on mute for me. All right,
yeah,
back
me
to
too.
racing.
I just was going off of the Beats BPM. The fact everyone was doing the towel. Yeah, if we're looking on FanDuel, Logano, Blaney, Cindric, Bubba, Brad, Byron.
Wow,
Chase
Brad's
Elliott.
up high.
Yeah, Chase Elliott.
He's top 5?
Yeah, he's 5th.
Wow,
Him and
he's
Byron
like
Byron
ninth
and
on.
Elliott are tied.
He's
Reddick,
9th on DraftKings.
Yeah, Reddick, Briscoe, Larson, Bell, Hocevar, Busch, Hamlin, Busher, Gibbs, Stenhouse, Priest. And if they're
no one knows what's going on. This is totally different.
Yeah, and if you're willing to give me Ricky Stenhouse as your 17th best odds,
yeah, that's pretty crazy.
At a super speedway, I mean, I'm going to take that. I was looking at the odds though. The one that really stands out to me, at least on FanDuel, the worst front row driver in terms of odds, Zane Smith.
Really?
Somehow he is
How?
he has the same odds to win as Eric Jones and Daniel Suarez, and which puts him firmly in the 30s. So I don't know if they just haven't updated yet or
Yeah, they've
what.
got him as the second worst. They've got Gregson higher than him here.
Yeah, they've got Gregson and Gilliland higher than him on
This
FanDuel.
he's tied with Gilliland actually here.
So,
No, he's tied with Gregson. Sorry, still.
but in terms of just bang for your buck, I don't understand how you can make a pick other than Zane Smith.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Because I was planning. So I thought he would be high enough in the odds that I could pick him outright. That is like my pick, and now I get to use him as a dark horse.
Yeah, that's pretty.
So,
That's a bummer.
but something I am noticing, and I think the Ford team to beat will be RFK. They're going to have to contend with both of the major Toyota teams. Something I do think that people are overlooking is Chevy will be good here if you run a Hendrick engine. So I think it'll be Hendrick and Spire competing at the front of these packs. People mention Trackhouse of like maybe you can actually do something, and they've got some good looking cars this week. I love Ross's black jockey car.
I haven't seen any of the paint schemes this week. I'll have to check them out after.
Okay, but
Except for I've seen the 17.
Yeah, the 17's nice.
Oh, it's
the 17, pretty. The 44 or the 42 this week is really cool too.
Okay, I'll have to
42 Doritos car.
I'll have to throw the paint scheme review up just on the screencast to the TV.
You're gonna force McKenna to watch as well?
Yeah, she watches it with me every week. She tries to guess the paint scheme of the week.
Goals. Anyways, I think this is going to be a race between RFK, Hendrick, Spire, and then 2311 Joe Gibbs. I don't think Trackhouse is going to have the speed to actually lead a pack, because every time we saw them take a lead at Atlanta, their line died. They just didn't have the speed to lead a line all the way to the front.
Yeah. Just 1 second. Take a look at the TV at this food spread. Do you see that?
I do not.
Oh.
I'm seeing a Chargers fan currently whipping.
Oh, you're not watching on ESPN, are you?
I'm on ESPN, yeah.
Or I'm on ABC. Sorry.
Okay.
They've got Herb Street, like how they do on game day, and they bring out all the food. This is ludicrous. Desmond Howard is standing up, walking around the table right now. He's like, "I'm gonna give me one of them chicken wings."
But I'll be honest. My two picks that I had in mind is kind of that were rattling around in my brain. That was like fun picks. I was thinking Carson Hocevar and Zane Smith to get their first wins.
Yeah.
However, something's telling me 2311's not done.
Uh-oh.
And I've picked Bubba too many times that he's probably going to win this week, but I am just going to go ahead and take it. I'm taking Tyler Reddick to win his 6th of the season.
Oh my gosh. Fun. Imagine.
Bubba
was one for me that I definitely was considering heavily. But you alluded to someone I was kind of intrigued by again, just because of veteranness and strategy that kind of showed itself at Daytona. My dark horse, I'm leaning McDowell.
Yeah.
I think I got Keselowski, McDowell as my 2.
I think that's a very nice pair.
Because I feel like McDowell is going to pull something crazy that he just somehow figured out with his old brain with the reverse stages. He's just going to somehow he just figured something out. And he just hadn't told anybody. He told one of his 11 teen kids.
Does he just have a bunch of children?
I think he has like a bunch of kids. Has like 6 kids or something like that.
Yeah, I could see that. I think Spire as a whole is being pretty undervalued this week. I mean, you look at Hocevar; they're the leader in the club. Hocevar's the leader in the clubhouse, plus 2,000. He's tied with Larson and Bell.
Yeah.
But then you have to look all the way down to plus 4,000 for McDowell, plus 5,000 for Suarez. I think that they have the exact same engine under the hood that Hendrick does. And if this race ends, or if Daytona ends one lap sooner, they finish 1-2.
Yeah.
Are pushing McDowell. So
yeah.
That's really the only true measure we have so far this year.
Yeah.
And we do know if this does come down to 11 billion overtimes, Michael McDowell can save fuel.
Mm-hmm. He knows how to do it.
So in that category, it's probably like him, Denny Hamlin, and Joey Logano.
Yeah.
So, but RFK, they run really well here. I mean, how many? It feels like both Buescher and Brad have come so close to winning Talladega multiple
times. Was it spring last year? Then when Buescher was leading and got spun off the nose of Bell with like 20 to go.
I think so.
Yeah, I think that was last year.
I thought about the race where Brad was pushing McDowell to the line, and somehow they get swirly. Well, actually, no, I know exactly how it happened. McDowell went for 3 different blocks on Keselowski. They wreck the entire field, and Reddick wins. Prophetic, actually. But it's a very interesting track because any of the 41 drivers are showing up this weekend, so someone's automatically going home. Yeah. But any of them could win.
I did see a stat, and it was like the most telling sign of like where you'll finish in a very unpredictable race is percentage of laps run in the top 10. You know who's third at Talladega? Chris Buescher.
Chris Buescher is just consistent. He takes care of his equipment.
I was like, really? I thought that was surprising. Shocker, Logano was like number 1. I can't remember who was number 2. I think it was Hamlin.
Logano is really good here.
It was Logano, Hamlin, Buescher.
Probably Blaney.
Maybe. Can't remember.
So yeah, I think that's our show.
There's really not that much to. There's not much.
There's not much to say.
Here.
It's Talladega. Spin a wheel, and if it's a driver who's never won before, bet $5 on them, and you might win a tank of gas.
Yeah, in this economy, which is saying something.
So, but unless you have anything to add, I had one news story. And I had it pulled up that I meant to tell you earlier.
What we got?
So this is back to the Hannity interview with Kyle Busch.
Oh, yeah.
So I actually sent this in to our group chat earlier this week because I thought it was a very interesting note from this interview. And I am scrolling all the way back to go get it.
It's somewhere.
Because I could not find it on Twitter when I went looking back for it. But that does remind me, did you see Ryan Preece's name rail and all the merch he's selling this week?
I didn't see the merch, but I did see the name rail.
It's all astronaut stuff.
There has been a slight turn of events in my schedule. And I will be at this race, by the way.
You will?
Yeah, in a suite.
That's always nice.
I got a call on, I think, Thursday or Friday. Hey, you want to go to the Ream suite? I was like, I guess. So I'll let you know how it is from the,
If you're making me, I guess.
Yeah, twist my arm, I guess. So I'm skipping all the pre-race semantics. I'm probably just going to show up at Green Flag because it's kind of the same song and dance that you do every year because it's technically for work.
Yeah.
So usually it's Seabell talks to you and Gibbs tells you that he's like, you guys have it so good. And I'm like, I'll trade places with you. And then he says no. And then the race starts. That's basically how it goes every time.
Okay,
That's about you could chalk it up to that every time.
I finally found it. This is from, that's an interesting pick, Cowboys. Um,
I've never even heard of that guy.
that's a very Cowboys pick. Anyways, Steven Toronto, he went through the Hannity interview and got this clip. So, back in 2023, Kyle Busch's first year with RCR, he won the first 3 races really quickly. And he has not won since. So, this was early next gen era, and Kyle mentioned that RCR kind of got our hands smacked by NASCAR after winning Gateway in 2023 for something they were doing to their cars, and were told not to bring a car like this back ever again. In 2023, when I won those 3 races, after the 3rd race that we won at Gateway, we got our hands smacked for some of the stuff that we were doing to the race car that NASCAR didn't like and said, don't bring that back. It wasn't anything against the rules. It was just, you always exploit the gray area. So we exploited a gray area and we found something and we had an advantage. And Kyle mentioned he also chose RCR because he thought that they had a better understanding of the next gen car than anyone else in the field. So, when he's not cheating, technically, everyone's doing this. Not to throw Kyle Busch as the label of cheater or anything, but when they're not actively juicing their race car,
bending the rules, not breaking, just bending.
Yeah, as soon as they stopped doing that, they had 0 speed.
Yeah.
So,
I guess that's the whole point, though, is to if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
I mean, I just want someone to fill the roll cage and make it part of the fuel tank again.
The fuel tank again, yeah.
Let's bring back some of the real fun ones.
Jeff Gordon, juicy fuel.
Yeah. But anyways, I thought that was interesting. It's not really news. I mean, I think everybody kind of understood that.
But I feel like if it's not against the rules, who is NASCAR to say you can't do that?
I think it's more of a, hey, we made a rule up on the fly, don't ever do that again.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Fair. Huh.
But that is interesting, though, and I'll put it like this. Kyle Busch, I don't think admits that if he's coming back to RCR next year.
Probably not. Yeah.
I don't think he's like, hey, the reason I won is because I cheated. And RCR did it and cheated, and that's the only reason I chose them in the first place is because I thought they were better at cheating than everybody else.
Yeah.
With this car. And I was wrong. So, it's not exactly what he said, but it's kind of what he said.
If you read between the lines, that's what he was saying.
So, I think, and then Dale Earnhardt Jr. today says he does believe that Kyle Busch will be an Aspire Motorsports car this time next year.
Wouldn't surprise me at all.
And I think we had that kind of nailed from the beginning.
Yeah.
So, alrighty. That's all I've got for you. We can continue to watch the draft in peace, separately, but also conversing in a group chat the entire time.
Indeed.
So, for Grant, I'm Cayden, and thank you for watching the Tri-Oval Office. If you got this far, please like and subscribe. It does help my channel out more than you could know. So, thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you next time.